Hello, Pisces. Welcome to a reading for you guys for October. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. If your grandma's a Pisces, if someone you know is a Pisces, if you just want to watch a Pisces reading, you are welcome to be here. These are messages from Spirit to give us some confirmation, encouragement, love, direction for October. So welcome, so glad you're here. These are a few new decks to me, so I am learning them or seeing them for the first time as I go, and so excited to share them with you. They are absolutely gorgeous. We'll pull a few oracle cards, and then we'll get into a little tarot for you guys. All right, Pisces, what are you guys looking at for the month of October? Share your voice, really beautiful. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Oh, I was writing, I've got some ink on me. Wow, okay, so ancient teachings, ancient rememberings, and using your voice, speaking up, bringing your inside to the outside, what you know, what you believe, what you're hearing, your personal oracle, sharing that with the world will bring you more joy, more peace, more of who you are. And Pisces, in deep connection to the energetic imprint that you are, or that Pisces shares with us. This is a deep connection to your soul's purpose, a deep connection to your intuition, and it might be rough and rocky. Look at that ocean right there. There is a massive well of knowing inside of you, of intuition, of connection to God, to source. And by sharing that, by coming out of your shell in as little or as large ways as you can this month, is going to deeply connect you and spark your joy, spark your vitality, spark your compassion, spark your interest for life this month. So that's exceptionally powerful and really beautiful as we're here in October, and the veils, at least as I'm doing this reading in Northern America, the veils are thin. It is the time when the quiet is the loudest. So a really beautiful time to kind of like sit with yourself and hear messages in whatever way you do, and share them with the world. Let's see how that relates to the rest of your reading. This is a fascinating, super fun mushroom deck. Child, openness, wonder, and joy. Well, following right on that message, it just seems really in line with that. Childlike wonder and being in our childlike open state really has no filter. It doesn't have any guardedness that comes with the trials and tribulations of being an adult and having to put on thick skin and get through experiences that kind of close us off sometimes in necessary ways to survive our world sometimes. But being a child, being in childlike energy, playing with children, opening up your heart to the wonder of the universe in a very direct way is going to really serve you this month. Also, being in community, where can you do that with other people? Are you perhaps like take that invitation to a party or a gathering? If you weren't going to before, let this be your invitation to actually get out into community, maybe more than you would have otherwise, Pisces. Last oracle card here, and then we'll see how these all relate to your general message with the tarot as well. What crystal do you guys have? This is a crystal deck. Find your way home. Gosh, Pisces, turquoise. So I'll actually read from the book for this one. This is really about coming deeply back to yourself, Pisces. This month has a lot of messages about real deep inner wisdom, but that's also where we find our deepest source of peace. And there's this really large, just exceptional message here that the more you tune into that, tap into that, and share that with the world, the happier you're going to be. The happier the world's going to be as well. And sometimes I know Pisces as an energy is particularly soft, particularly can be shy, can be quiet, can be dreamy, can be reticent to really be known or be seen. And this month is really encouraging you to be strong and courageous and overstepping that need to potentially like hole up and not be seen to be seen. Let's go ahead and read from the book here, just in case there's any message any additional message that would be helpful for you guys. Really beautiful image there. You can always find your way home, turquoise assures, and she knows, and she should know. She has traveled by caravan across the Silk Road and escorted royalty on the byways between life and death. Turquoise is a wayfinder and a companion for when the path is unknown or feels treacherous, whether in real time or in the shadowed lands of journeys and dreams. She offers protection to the parts of your psyche that are lost, scared, or hidden away. There is attention to being human, to having a yin and a yang aspect, which occasionally conflict. leaving you simultaneously wanting to stretch your wings and never leave the nest. What were we just talking about? Turquoise gets it. Go and grow, she whispers. I will help you find your way home. This is such a sweet message of protection. This is spirit letting you know that no matter how uncomfortable it might be to get out of your shell and share who you are this month, Pisces, that you are protected, that you are supported, that you have the support and the protection of the universe. And if you have any turquoise, wear turquoise this month. If you're interested in buying more jewelry, if you perhaps see something out and about that you wouldn't have otherwise that is turquoise, this might be your nudge to kind of support yourself by getting some this month. That's a message I have not expressed with any of the other signs, and all have had this crystal deck. So I'm not a gem pusher over here, but that might be just a specific message for you, Pisces, as a means to feel more comfort, more support this month. I'm so curious if it's relating to something that's already in process for you. Like maybe you are thinking of putting your poems from a personal journal in a book, or maybe you're thinking of having a talk at someplace public about something that you've done or researched, but it's really terrifying and it could be easy to say no. This is your really big push this month to say yes. Okay, let's get into some tarot for you guys. What is a central theme for you this month? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, what's crossing you? I'm just going to jump right into this crossing energy. The Ten of Cups. Okay, this is a really beautiful message, Pisces, and being exceptionally discerning about what offers, what relationships you are engaging in this month. The Knight of Cups is a real offer of love. And when it's in reverse, we're kind of like coming out of or being exceptionally discerning about who we accept that offer from. There could be a rescinded offer. Maybe it's like a failing of a friendship, or not a failing, but like a moving away of connection from some sort. Maybe this is a relationship you're taking some space from. Maybe this is absolutely a breakup. Maybe you're just working on like a codependence aspect in a current partnership where you lean to your partner for all things. And maybe this month you're really trying to stand firm, even if they are offering you a lot of emotional, physical support. The Knight of Cups says there's a real need to self-soothe and to be confident in yourself and very discerning about your relationships, and how you decide will lead you to your Ten of Cups, your ultimate happiness, your layers of happiness, your soul family, feeling joyful, feeling full of heart, but like in multiple layers surrounding you, friends, family, experiences, all of it. So really be this month is going to be exceptionally discerning for you, and also potentially like a real practice for you of feeling full on your own, of filling your own cup, of being your own lover, of being your own friend, that kind of thing. If you are feeling particularly saddened by not connecting with someone, let's go ahead and see what else the month offers. But this is your way forward this month, Pisces. Lean into whatever brings you joy. Lean into the relationships that do bring you joy. And if you're feeling low on those for whatever reason, if this is sort of some separation, lean into connection with the divine spirit, because you have a lot of direct access this month, and spirit saying, hey, like, we need your joy, we need your light, we need your voice this month, Pisces. What are you conscientiously focused on this month? Really setting away any conflict. You're feeling conflict averse, Pisces. And the thing about the Five of Wands is it's actually kind of fun conflict to step into. There are other cards in the tarot that aren't so fun, or that really give us the advice to like step away from anything that doesn't feel good when it comes to conflict with other people. Five of Wands isn't necessarily one of those cards. This can be one of those messages that says, hey, like, lean into the argument here. How do you fight well? What kind of conversation would be helpful to have, even if it's uncomfortable, to set good boundaries, or to practice saying what you need and to stand up for yourself? So you might be very conscious this month of feeling like you don't want to engage in those conversations, Pisces, or there might be a reticence to like really standing up for yourself or having an argument or training. Only you are going to know kind of like if that's helpful or harmful for you. Helpful in the sense of like, no one wants drama or conflict, but there are times when it is especially helpful for us to stand up for ourselves. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier here. The Star. You're going to find your way through. So you are just very focused this month on knowing that like even through the darkest of times, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. If you've seen any videos that I've put up before, you know that the star is my absolute favorite card in the tarot. I just love it so much, potentially because of all of the dark times I have gone through. There is always hope. The star is such a card that says it doesn't matter how dark the night is, there is light. Follow any little way to feel happier, to feel better. I don't mean any little way, like follow the healthy, good ones, the ones nudged by spirit, the ones you know are going to take you to the best path in the future, right? Not like bad habits, etc. But you were very focused this month on finding your best way forward in a way that is like the most peaceful. I'm going to really suggest to you, Pisces, though, don't do so at the cost of your own peace, meaning like, don't avoid conflict if by having a conversation you feel better at the end of it, you feel like you have a boundary set that needs to be set. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do. Okay, here in the subconscious, what are you building the rest of the month off of? Three of Cups. I love this for you, and this is so perfect for this message. Three of Cups here in the foundation just says you're really focused on celebrating and celebrating with other people, feeling full of connection with friends, with family, celebrating the goodness of life here. And you might really be focused on this here in the subconscious because you might be feeling a lack of it otherwise, right? So there's a real focus this month with the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Cups, here the 3 of Cups, about really sourcing joy. Where are you filling your cup? Who are you filling your cup with? How are you feeling more and more like yourself, coming home to yourself, inside of yourself? How are you? Oh, yeah. Page of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So again, there could really be a celebration here from a loss, right? So it's kind of like, okay, here's a weird example that's coming to mind, but a best friend of mine went through a breakup recently, and we definitely celebrated because that guy just was not the best one for her, right? So there could be some kind of loss, like a loss of an offer here that is really helpful in celebrating for a new direction that you're going. And that is really how you're building the rest of the month. This feeling of happiness, of sweetness, of connection, encouraged by maybe a door that closed recently, particularly in relationship of some sort in some area of life, or proactively closing doors. This discernment about who you're spending your time with, Pisces, is coming through so strong. So perhaps this is actually feeling connected, feeling your soul tribe, meeting more people by really saying those no's to folks, places, things, but particularly relationships that aren't in alignment for you right now. That's a really big message. Okay, what happened here in the recent past that would be helpful to know about? The Devil. This card has been coming up a lot in these readings. I'm actually really enjoying this card and talking about this card. Because the Devil is some exceptional material gain. So somehow in the recent past, there was a real focus on getting ahead in some way of material wealth, of a relationship. There was some kind of a situation that happened here in the recent past that got you ahead, or got you security, or got you something materially that worked for you for comfort or for stability, but it was at a cost of potentially like being spiritually connected, or at a cost of your health or your relationships. The Devil really asks us to see, like, what are we gaining for what cost? And usually it's to point out that the cost you have to pay is not really worth the material gain, but it can be also a real focus on like, hey, there's a chance here to really get ahead, but you might have to put a few things aside in order to really maximize this time in life. Right? Like a few years ago, I was starting a business. I worked really, really hard. It took me a while. At the end of the few years, the business was very successful, but it was at the cost of my health. I mean, I didn't get so sick, but I wasn't able to like exercise all of the time. I couldn't make really good, nutritious meals at home. I wasn't sitting around with family, eating those meals with other people. It cost me friendship and time with my friends and family, that kind of a thing. But I built a really beautiful, successful business. at the end of 5 years. It was very hard. But now I also have that skill set. Now I have like all of the things that come with that. Was it worth it? Yeah, I'm not going to regret past decisions, but it came at a cost. So there was something here in the recent past, and you know what it is, Pisces. It really, whatever this was, whatever situation this was for you, really helped you distill your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, just like that example I just gave you of mine. So by the end of that, I knew what that cost was, and I knew at the end when I was and when I am not willing to pay it. Right? Like there are times now where I'm like, I value XYZ more than I do whatever, financial gain. And it really honed my skill set. I know now how to navigate certain situations because of the trials and tribulations I went through from that experience and from the material gain that came from that. So, just know a big part of the devil card is knowing that like you always have choice. You know, it's this praying mantis crawling up this carnivorous plant. And the praying mantis isn't being forced in here, right? It's like, what are you choosing to do? What are you choosing to be a part of? No one is like pushing you into a gaping carnivorous plant opening. Do you want to check it out? And for what gain? Okay. What's coming here in the future for you, Pisces? The Tower. Okay, this is really cool. Gosh, I just had a thought though that actually came from this. The devil, sorry, I know I'm harping on this, but more messages are coming through, so I just want to relay them to you in case this is important or helpful for you. The devil card might make us think that we have to. That's what's important about this. The devil card might make you think, okay, I'm climbing this mountain, I'm getting to the top, the view is going to be really great from here, and society tells me I have to jump in here, or like I can't get to the top and not like jump in the hole. Excuse me. This is a terrible metaphor, but it's like, you know, it was with that business. I don't have that business anymore, but it was hard to step away from. At the top of my game, I was like, it makes sense for me to continue to go for another 3, 4, 10, 20 years. But I didn't like who I saw in that industry 10 years, 20 years in. They didn't have balanced lifestyles. They were absolutely chained to their jobs. So it's like no one is forcing you to continue once you climb this mountain. We'll just say the little guy here thinks it's a mountain when really it's like a carnivorous plant. No one is like forcing you in there. You have to decide where you go. And you know, actually, Pisces, the Hermit card tells me here, you have gained so much internal wisdom and value from whatever this is. And it's really, again, discerning. It's so much discernment about what makes you happy, who makes you happy on a really deep level, not just like little happy, like capital H happy. And you're choosing right, girl. You're choosing right. Coming into the future is a tower moment. Do not be afraid of a tower moment. Tower moments are always for us, and they can be fascinating to watch. If we have a little objectivity and we have a lot of compassion for ourselves, we can watch what comes away in our life that no longer serves us to make room for a magical new kingdom that does. This coral is dying, right? There's this whole ecosystem, and this is a really cool, I think it's a clownfish, dragonfish, I don't know. But they are swimming away from this whole ecosystem that like no longer serves them at all in any way. There's no like life to be found there. And that is perfect. That you can go on and find something that actually does serve you. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier here. I just want to be really clear that like tower moments can be absolutely so exciting. Sometimes they like really help us. It's usually an exterior force where the universe comes in and says, there's something better for you. There is something so much better here for you. And if you're not going to do it personally, let me just go ahead and help you cancel those plans, take away that offer, decide that like this time just isn't for you along this particular path or project that you've created. There's gonna, maybe you might have some sort of loss here. Page of Wands in reverse just says you might be feeling kind of low. It might feel like a defeat, or there could be some kind of like actual loss here about something you've started, like a new creative venture or project. I hope this doesn't mean any kind of like miscarriage for you. Pages can be an indication of children. If if it does, in whatever sector it is, please know that there is so much more waiting for you on the other side of whatever this is, because the Tower is always divinely guided. The Tower says there is something better coming from you. Please allow me to help take away what no longer serves you so we can bring in your absolute best life that is more dreamy, more magical, more of everything that you possibly want. How are you feeling about all of this? Ah, beautiful. Pisces, this could be you. I actually haven't seen this card before, so let's just take a second to like really take this in. Fruits of your labor, coming full circle, standing in everything that you've built, knowing how strong you are, feeling incredibly resourced. This like autumnal wreath here is just giving so much prosperity, love, abundance, accumulation, like the absolute outcome of everything that you've built has flowered and fruited, and you've brought it to market, and you've gathered all of the gifts and the financial gain from it, and you are standing in your absolute power, knowing that like you've got through all of it. You planted the garden, you watched it grow, you tended it, you scared away the rabbits and the deer, you fought for it, you sweat in the sun while you grew it all, and then you cut it all down and you made garlic wreaths and you went to the farmer's market and you sold them, and now you can buy a new house with all of your money. I'm going to start selling garlic wreaths. If they make so much money, I can buy a new house here. This card is saying that no matter what emotions are happening for you, Pisces, as you move through this, and as a very, very sensitive sign, you are the most sensitive in being able to feel all around. This is such a beautiful card to see here in this position, because it says no matter what you're feeling through all of this, and you might be feeling a lot, you know deep down you are strong enough to do this. And if you don't know, if you're feeling like you don't know, please let me tell you that you do. Because this card is saying you are absolutely resourced, and deep down, if this isn't in your conscious mind right now, this is your message from spirit to say you've got this, like really, really big. Look at those gorgeous horns that are just alight with messages from spirit. And it's like, I love how the horns are reaching up, but they're also, there's also so much information coming down through that crown chakra, just diamond, just alignment, lit up, receiving messages from spirit. And also, as your underlying message here is, really taking what you've learned and letting other people know this month is going to be really big for you, Pisces. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you find your real people. It's going to help you land and rest in ultimate happiness, like emotional fulfillment, a happy heart, an open heart, all of that stuff. That was really beautiful. I haven't seen this card before, and I'm just overjoyed that we got to see it together, Pisces. Okay, what is in the environment for you guys? People, places, things that you might encounter this month. The Hanged One. So you might be bumping into situations this month, Pisces, that really ask you to stop and see if there is something that you need to kind of give over in order to gain wisdom here. The Hanged One is all about like, what do you need to give up? What are we sacrificing in order to gain knowledge? And oftentimes it's time. The Hanged One is like, hold on, I need a second to just take a beat and really like pause. It's not a time for action. It's a time to really take a look at things from another perspective. Look at this little bird is hanging by her feet there, or his feet there. And to allow everything that's kind of like accumulating around me to really digest, and to really like let those messages sink in before I take action. So this could look like, you know, reaching out to actually schedule that talk and say like, oh, wait, actually, it can't happen this October, but maybe we have space in November for you to make that announcement or have that talk. This could look like, you know, reaching out for a relationship and having a response that's like, hey, I am also super into you, but I am going to be on vacation through October. So you can really start here to like have movement forward into what you want and discernment around who you would like to spend time with. And people, places, things around you this month might actually kind of force you or guide you into times or positions that you are taking a moment from, taking a break from. So this is really funny. You're getting so many cards of disconnection. to clarify, which I love, because again, it just doubles down on this message, Pisces, that you need to be exceptionally discerning of who you're spending your time with. So if you reach out to someone and they're like, I don't know, like I'm out of town or whatever, know that lack of connection, the missed connection there here with this Two of Cups in reverse, is guiding you to where you actually need to be. It's all divine. It's all divinely guided. And I haven't been saying a lot of that in the other readings. I feel like you're getting more of a divine path. It's like bumpers on the bowling alley. Like, that's not the best metaphor. It's kind of like Spirit is right here with you, and as you're bumping into things, or as you are like trying to go here and there's like a block, just know that it's Spirit guiding your path. It's not you failing at something, or it's not you trying to like missing the mark. It's literally Spirit saying, hey, we're redirecting because you might not see this yet, but there's such a beautiful, beautiful outcome waiting for you. It's really sweet. I'm just getting the sense that you're like handheld this month, like a child. And that's really beautiful, because that structure and being held and guided and supported and loved from Spirit, Pisces, allows you to be so much more vulnerable. If you can lean into the vulnerability of just absolute intuition and just expression and how you would act like a child from your heart, like joy and expression and happiness and engaging in like just fun things, you are going to get so much farther into your ultimate happiness so much faster. And letting go of stuff that just no longer serves you, stepping away from it, creating good boundaries, choosing good people. And you absolutely have like more than enough resources to do it. So I'm excited for you this month, Pisces. I'm really excited for you. Okay, deepest hopes and fears about this month, the Four of Swords in reverse. There's a deep fear here, Pisces, that you're not going to be able to do it, that you might get stuck in inertia or non-movement for longer than you want. The Four of Swords is about taking a rest and in reverse. Sometimes we're like resting too long, or we jump into action too soon. It's giving me double Dutch vibes. If you've ever seen or played double Dutch jump rope, it's like you really have to wait your timing to jump in to the jump ropes, and you have a really deep fear that like you've missed the mark, or it's like you're too old, you can't date anymore, or you're too old, you can't start another project, or you're too young for that promotion that you really want. There's something about like a really deep fear around that. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this for you. Spirit is just doubling down on this message that's like, let it all go, Pisces. Let it all go. Whatever you have built, or if you are trying to be insistent on like seeing something through and it's just not working, please allow it all to go. The Tower card here again is just saying Spirit is trying to take away from your life anything that doesn't work to create space for what is going to be amazing for you in the future. So just don't even worry about it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, what is your overall outcome here for you, Pisces? Oh, the Moon. This is the Animal Tarot by Oriens, Oriens. And this is the card that they have on the actual deck. So I've seen this one a lot before, and it's just so beautiful. I love how that rabbit has their eyes closed. They are absolutely navigating this time through their heart space. This is so confirming for you, Pisces. I would hope the message is that it's not supposed to be known through the end of this month. Feel your way through with your heart and your third eye, an absolute dedication to your faith in right redirection from Spirit. This is so beautiful. It's just telling you it's a season of change and a season of not knowing. And I love seeing the Moon when I'm going through something like that, even if I feel frustrated, like I wish I knew the next step and I want to be very clear on XYZ. If I'm in a place where I don't know and I'm looking for clarity and I get the Moon card, in a way it just gives me such a sigh of relief, because I'm like, okay, perfect then. I'm perfect where I am. I can just not know, and that's okay. And look at how like beautifully, I just like the rabbit here looks so peaceful. It looks like it's kind of just enjoying this floating, gorgeous, serene moment in the clouds and in the dark. And what a beautiful way to be held and to navigate times of uncertainty. It could be a real time for you right now where you just don't know. And there's a lot clearly that's shifting and changing for you and maybe totally falling away. That can be a very scary time. Spirit's suggestion and like love and like real message for you, Pisces, is to let what you really want shine through. Be someone who speaks up about what you want and what you need. Be someone who is going to not only speak up about what you want and need, but do so in a way that allows other people to see your journey, to see your successes, your failures, and how you got through them. And it's going to be such a purposeful month for you. Let me go ahead and actually read this card for you. I forgot to do that at the beginning, and I have been reading this since I don't know this deck at all, and the messages can be really beautiful. So share your voice. As sort of a final send off here, I will send you with this card reading in case I missed anything that you are meant to hear, Pisces. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a deep truth within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. Side note, I went through a very difficult situation last year at work, and every day on my way in and way out, I like just belted Frozen, Let It Go, like every day. And I don't even particularly like the song. It was just sort of like the toning that I needed, the words that I needed. And I encourage you to find some kind of anthem like that, Pisces. It was literally nervous system changing, life changing for me. Going back to the book here, as we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Well, if that isn't the direct, exact message that I was giving you before, Pisces, I hope that that was shared in a way that is more meaningful to you and more direct. So sending you so much love. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you on the next one.